I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada, here with a recap video of today's keynote from Apple. Now I'm going to do this a little bit different than I usually do. I'm not just going to run through all the specs and everything. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you about how my thoughts and how I felt as Tim Cook and everybody at Apple was announcing all this new stuff. Now going into this event, I wasn't all that excited. We've seen leaks and rumors and recently over the past couple of years they've been pretty spot on. And myself, I'm not going to be getting a new iPad. I'm not interested in a new iMac. So for me, the keynote really wasn't all that exciting. And afterwards, I still don't feel all that excited. So let's kick things off here. They started with iOS 8.1 and Yosemite. Not going to go into that at all. If you want more information on that, check out iPhoneincanada.ca. We've got a lot of great articles on that. But let's talk about the new iPad. So we have the iPad Air 2, and this one is 18% thinner than what we have right here, the iPad Air. So again, Apple going much thinner with its newest device. You are going to be getting a Touch ID, you're getting improved camera, and of course, improved internal specs, and it comes in gold now, so that's super exciting. If you haven't got an iPad and you're looking to buy one, I think that's the way to go. The iPad Air 2 is going to offer you a lot. If you have an iPad Air 1 that I have right now, the upgrade, it really does feel like an S increment as they do with the iPhones. I don't think you're going to need it. I mean, if you're using this for a lot of photography and stuff, sure, you know what, you're getting the same specs as your iPhone 5S, that kind of thing. You're getting the slow-mo, you're getting some time-lapse features, so that's really cool. If you're using it for photography, maybe you want to upgrade it a little bit, but again, you're getting a new internal processor that's going to make things a lot snappier, feel a lot faster. You're getting a thinner iPad, and of course, the Touch ID. And as I said, I'm not going to be getting a new iPad. Now the iPad Mini 3, this is a little bit more curious. All you're getting as an addition is the new gold color and the Touch ID. There's no specs bump or anything. They're keeping everything the same. You're just getting the Touch ID and the gold color. And this really is surprising to me. You know, I thought that for sure you'd be getting some kind of spec boost, whether it be the camera, the internals, but nothing. They're keeping it exactly the same right across the board from everything that you have in your iPad Mini Retina is just transferring over to the new iPad Mini 3 again. All you're getting is the Touch ID and the new color. So again, if you have this one, in my mind, there really is no reason to go and have to upgrade your iPad Mini from the Retina to the iPad Mini 3, unless you have to have the latest and greatest. And I'm usually one of those people, but this time around, I'm really not feeling it, not going to be upgrading my iPads. The new iPads, you can start pre-ordering them tomorrow, October 17th. They will be shipping next week. My guess is we're going to see them next Friday on the store shelves. For this one, I'm not really feeling it. I don't think you're going to see a lot of lineups or people lining up outside stores to get these. I really feel like this is an incremental upgrade, especially the iPad Mini 3. I know I'm saying it again, I sound like a broken record, but really it's not a huge improvement. The iPad Air 2, while nice, again, I really don't feel like you're going to be seeing those huge lineups that you see, especially for the new iPhones, what we saw with the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. Now for me, I'm not getting the new iPads, and that's because my main driver is my iPhone. And with this new 5.5-inch Retina display, this is really my go-to device. I love the iPads, but I don't use them as much as I thought I would. My kids, my wife, they use these all the time. So to upgrade this, really doesn't feel like I have to, because everything that they do, everything they use the iPad for, they don't need the increased processor, a better camera, that with the iPad Air 2, or the Touch ID and the gold version with the iPad Mini 3. As far as the Touch ID on the iPads, I'm not one who locks these because, I mean, as I said, my kids use these, my wife uses these, having all those people on Touch ID, it could get a little bit confusing. So for me, the Touch ID on the iPad, sure, I guess it would be nice, but for me personally, it's nothing that's going to make it or break it, unlike the iPhone where I'm constantly taking this out and I don't want to lose it. And if I do lose it, at least I know that I have my Touch ID for better security. So again, not going to be getting the new iPads. For me, the iPhone 6 Plus is my main driver. I use it for everything, for media consumption, my apps, my phone calls, texting, everything. So I'm very happy with this, so I don't feel the need to upgrade my iPads. I should also point out with the iPads now, with your cellular version, Apple is including its own SIM card. Now, right now, it only says in the US and the UK, not here in Canada. So Apple providing its own SIM card to make it easy for you to switch between carriers. Hopefully that will be coming to Canada fairly soon. So the big announcement for this keynote was the Retina iMac. Again, we'd heard a lot of rumors about this going in, that we were going to see a 27-inch Retina iMac, and Apple delivered. We're getting a 5K display iMac Retina. This thing looks spectacular. And sure, I would love to have this computer, but for me, a desktop computer really doesn't fit into how I use my computer and such. 2 years ago, when I was buying a new computer, I really wanted an iMac. I really wanted a Retina iMac. Now, of course, they didn't deliver that. They gave us these Retina MacBook Pros, and I went with that, and I'm very happy I did, because I move around a lot. I don't like to sit in just one spot and use my computer. Now, I know that there are a lot of people who do like their desktop computers, and this new iMac is going to be fabulous. But for myself, I love the portability. I love to be able to move around. I don't use my computer in the same spot all the time. So for me, it was easy to go with the laptop. But now with this Retina iMac, I know, again, I really would love one. I would love to see that big, huge display, be able to edit my videos and such on that. But again, it's just not practical for myself. But for those that do use desktop computers, this computer is amazing. And starting at only $2,500 US, that's an amazing price for a 5K display. I mean, you're looking at displays on 4K that come in at that price. Apple releasing a 27-inch Retina 5K display with a computer built in for only $2,500 US. That is amazing. And this is going to be a great computer, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who have been waiting for this and are very excited to grab it. Surprisingly, Apple didn't announce just a 5K display, a Thunderbolt display. Now that could be because of technical issues. I don't know how that all works with the Thunderbolt connection and everything, but I would think within the next, I don't know, I want to say next few months, we might see a 5K just the display, but for right now, if you do want that, you're going to have to buy the entire iMac if you want that 5K Retina display. Apple also updating its Mac Mini. It's getting, of course, a boost in its internals. Also, a price drop's now $499 US, the starting point for that. But again, something that really doesn't interest me. I have no use for it right now. It would be interesting for me to set up a Mac Mini with all my audio for my iTunes and everything. We have built-in speakers in our house, and I think that that might be a good way to go to access all my music. Right now I'm using the very first generation Apple TV, and it works really, really well, but there are a few issues every now and then with our home audio system that the speaker is built in throughout the house. So the Mac Mini, it might be a really good solution for that, but right now I have no interest in that. But it is getting a boost, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who use these Mac Minis, and it's like a portable computer almost. And so for that, I'm sure that people are very excited. Overall, I'm not all that blown away by this Apple keynote. You know, I wasn't really looking for anything. I'm not in the market for a new computer. I'm not in the market for a new iPad, as I said. The only thing I was really hoping that we might see would be a new Apple TV. My Apple TV right now, the latest one stopped working, so I really do want to buy a new one, but I don't want to buy the old model. We keep hearing rumors that there's going to be a refresh to it. I was hoping to see that today. We didn't see it, so hopefully early 2015 we'll see a refresh for the Apple TV, and that is something that I will be interested in. But again, overall, not all that blown away with this keynote. Again, the iMac's super, super nice. The iPad's great. It got thinner with a kind of incremental boost like we've seen with the iPhones, with the S generations. You know, it's really hard to get excited for these keynotes. As I mentioned at the start there, with all the leaks and all the rumors and everything, you just get that information so far in advance that when it comes time for the keynote, you almost feel let down. And that's kind of how I felt for the past few keynotes. And sadly, I don't think that's going to change. You're always going to have your leaks, you're going to have your rumors. And over the past couple of years, they have been spot on. Oh, and before I go, Apple did touch on the Apple Watch and Apple Pay. Of course, in the US, Apple Pay starts on Monday. Still no indication when it will be coming here to Canada, although I know we use that kind of technology all the time with our credit cards and our debit cards. Almost all our stores are set up for that NFC interaction. So I'm hopeful we'll see that in Canada soon. The Apple Watch, again, they didn't say anything too exciting. The SDK, so developers can start working on apps for that. Still no pricing for them and no release date, still just early 2015. So that is something I'm really excited about. And again, that's also influencing my decision not to go with the new iPad. Really, this is the first time I won't be upgrading my iPad. I've gotten the new iPad since the first iPad came out. So for me, this is a bit of a change, but I'm really excited about that Apple Watch. That is something I want to pick up, so I'm kind of saving for that as well. So let me know what you think. Were you excited about this keynote? Did they deliver anything that you were really looking forward to? Did they blow you away with anything? Or are you really kind of disappointed with this keynote and everything that was announced, especially this iPad Mini 3? Again, just a new gold color and Touch ID. It really doesn't seem like they put a lot of effort into that. Maybe we'll see an upgrade in 2015 that'll be a lot better. I can't imagine why we wouldn't see a thinner iPad mini, but we'll have to wait and see till next year about that one. So thank you again so much for this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's a little bit different. It's not scripted in any way, just kind of giving you my thoughts and impressions. If you did like this, let me know. We'll do maybe some more of these, and we'll see how it goes from there. So thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, I'd appreciate a like. It does help me grow this channel. Feel free to comment and, of course, subscribe. That way you're not going to miss any of my future videos. And for a lot more coverage on this keynote and, of course, Apple news, check out iPhoneincanada.ca. I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada. Thanks for watching.